Most people think air traffic controllers are just calm under pressure. Wrong. They're not naturally calm. They're not immune to stress. They're not superhuman multitaskers. They just manage cognitive load better than you. While you panic over 3 notifications, they coordinate dozens of aircraft simultaneously. Hundreds of lives, zero margin for error, constant unpredictability, and they don't freeze. Why? Because they don't try to think about everything at once. You do. I'm about to show you the exact mental system air traffic controllers use. And by the end of this, overwhelm will look like a design flaw, not a personality trait. Chapter 1. They don't multitask, they sequence. Most people brag about multitasking. Idiot. Multitasking is task switching. Task switching destroys efficiency. Research from the University of California found that after interruption, it takes over 20 minutes to fully refocus. You switch between email messages, work scrolling. Your brain burns energy reloading context. Air traffic controllers don't multitask. They prioritize in sequence. One aircraft, then the next. Then the next, rapid sequencing, not simultaneous chaos. Psychologists call this serial processing. Working memory is limited. About 4 to 7 items. You try to juggle 15. System crash. Controllers isolate priority targets. High-risk aircraft first, stable traffic second. You treat every notification like equal urgency. Wrong. Not everything deserves attention at the same time. Want to fix overwhelm? List everything, rank by consequence. Handle one at a time. Sequence beats scramble. But here's the problem though. Sequencing fails without mental structure. Chapter 2. They externalize memory. You keep everything in your head. Deadlines, appointments, ideas, concerns, mental clutter. Controllers use visual systems. Flight strips, radars, structured displays. Why? Because working memory is fragile. Psychologist George Miller showed it decades ago. The brain holds limited active information. When overloaded, errors multiply. Atul Gawande's research on checklists proves this in medicine too. Experts use external systems to prevent simple mistakes. You think using lists is weakness? It's professionalism. Write it down. Map it visually. Create dashboards. Your brain should process, not store. Storage is for systems. Processing is for thinking. But here's the thing though. Even structure collapses under stress if emotions spike. Chapter 3. They control physiological state. Heart rate up. Attention narrows, mistakes increase. Under high stress, the amygdala overrides the prefrontal cortex. Logic decreases, emotion increases. Controllers train breathing, slow inhale. Controlled exhale, box breathing. Used by military and aviation professionals. Why? Because physiology drives cognition. Calm body equals clear thinking. You try to think positive when stressed. Wrong approach. Control breath first. Mind follows. Research in psychophysiology shows breathing control reduces cortisol and restores executive function. Overwhelm is often physiological mismanagement, not intellectual limitation. But here's the brutal truth. Calmness without preparation still fails. Chapter 4. They train for worst-case scenarios. You avoid imagining disaster. They rehearse it. Engine failure. Weather shifts. Communication breakdown. Scenario training. Repeated exposure reduces shock. Psychologist Donald Meichenbaum's stress inoculation training proves this. Gradual exposure to controlled stress increases resilience. You face high pressure only when it's real. They simulate pressure daily. Your first presentation feels terrifying. Because it's your first. Practice under mild pressure first. Add variables gradually. Time constraints. Audience presence. Random interruptions. Stress becomes familiar. Familiar becomes manageable. But here's the final advantage. The unfair one. Chapter 5. They detach emotion from signal. When a pilot's voice shakes, controllers don't panic. They extract data, altitude, fuel level, location. You absorb emotional tone. They extract actionable information. Cognitive psychology calls this cognitive reappraisal. Interpreting stress signals as data, not threat. Instead of this is overwhelming shift to what exactly needs action. Break chaos into components. Component thinking reduces anxiety. Overwhelm is usually vague. Vagueness amplifies fear. Specificity reduces it. Define the problem precisely. Overwhelm dissolves into tasks. Now recap. They sequence tasks. Externalize memory. Control physiology. Train worst-case scenarios. Extract signal from emotion. You multitask. Keep everything in your head. Let stress control breathing. Avoid discomfort. React emotionally. And then you say you're bad under pressure. No, you're unstructured. Overwhelm isn't personality. It's poor system design. But here's the problem though. Even if you eliminate overwhelm, if you're focusing on the wrong tasks, you'll calmly execute the wrong priorities. That's why I made the next video breaking down how to identify the exact 20% of actions that drive 80% of results. Because once you combine cognitive load control with ruthless prioritization, it's almost unfair. Create a new script and title.